So, folks, we're speaking to Jörg from Jet Jaguar. Welcome to Friday 13th again, brother. It's good to see you again as always.
Thank you, Burgers.
But
It's very good to see you again as well.
yeah, man, missed you, brother. Miss you guys. So, I mean, last time I saw you was obviously we were working together on the Anvil tour. So, what memories, fond memories do you have from the Anvil tour?
Well, it was great hanging out with you and with Lips, with Rob. I mean, it was a new experience to us because it was the first time that we got to support a bigger act and doing like 2 weeks of nonstop touring. And yeah, it was a great experience overall, and gave us a sense of responsibility and commitment that goes into touring and traveling every night. So and doing it alongside such an important band as Anvil, it was yeah, quite a new and an important experience, I would say, for us.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish you guys had done the UK tour as well because you did the last leg of the tour.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
That would have been great for you guys because you'd have got a popularity in England. People would have been like, "Wow, who are these guys?" You know, just like I when I first met you at Headbangers Open Air, I was like, "Who the fuck are these guys? These are awesome." Back in 2023, I mean, I remember going backstage and talking to you, and it's like, "Where are you guys from? You're amazing. I've never heard of you guys before." I mean, your old singer could sing, man. He was fucking incredible, but it was just like just the power you guys live from such a like coming from Mexico was just amazing to see a band that I've never heard of before.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it obviously makes a lot of sense for us to go out there and play as much as possible because otherwise, people, it's hard for us to well, it's hard for people to get to know us otherwise. So yeah, it would have been great to do the UK as well. But with this album, we hope to tour as much as possible with it and going to the UK, obviously Europe, Mexico. We'll see the US how that goes with all the political situation over there. So we don't really know about that. But yeah, that's the idea with this album.
I mean, you guys actually formed in 2014. You did the one demo, which was Call of the Fight. How successful was that for you back in the time? Because was you popular where you live? Was did people know you in your home city?
Yeah, I mean, mostly with the in our hometown in Cancun. With them all got passed around with our friends and some other bands. But yeah, that paved the way for us to ultimately open for Skullfist when they toured Mexico in 2014, late 2014. And yeah, it was like a proving to ourselves that we could create this with this type of music, and now two of those tracks are coming back as bonus tracks with in the album, in the Severance album.
Is this for the
So
Japanese?
no, it's for the Spotify version. It's, I mean, it's international.
Okay, then. So I mean, the EP did 0 Hour. Was that successful because it was out on Slade Records? Was it a success for you? Was it independently put out by yourselves, or was it a label, a small label in Mexico?
Yeah, I mean, we financed everything, but it was distributed by this label, Sada Records.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it was a good step at that time. Um and it sold, I think, fairly well in Mexico. We also toured in 2017 with that one after going to Bakken for the first time.
Yeah, I remember seeing
And
the video of that.
yeah,
That's where
and
your
so
singer had the big hat on that they
yeah,
have the in Mexico. It kind of looked like a
exactly.
Joe, like Joey from Belladonna, Joe Belladonna from Anthrax doing Indians, but the Mexican version.
Yeah, exactly. The feathers kept
Yeah,
coming off the hat.
really. Yeah,
There were no feathers at the end of the show, but yeah, I mean, so we toured with the EP after doing Backen that time,
yeah.
and it sold also fairly well at the shows. I mean, it's been 9 years now since we did the EP. So,
Is it still available to buy, or are you thinking of re-releasing it?
um, yeah, we would need to re-release it if what you mean if you mean like on a physical format. I mean,
Yeah,
it's available.
they say people will know your first album and certainly the new one, but they'll be like, "Where did we get this EP from?"
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good idea to make maybe next year when it turns 10 years old. That would be a good reason to do a repress of the EP.
Yeah, and they say the first full album, "Endless Nights," released in Pride and Joy, great album. How does that differ from the EP and the demo? What did the direction change slightly, or did he stay to the same roots up until that album?
Well, I would say that the demo and the EP were more speed metal, I would say. So more old school as well.
Yeah,
I think that the influences from bands such as I don't know, Exciter or Riot are more present in the demo and the EP. But also on the same EP, we have this track, the Spanish track, Rompiendo el Acero,
which means
um, Breaking the Steel.
okay,
Yeah. And so I think that track kind of paved the way for the sound in on the first album, Endless Nights, released in 2020, because it's more mid-tempo song, and you got this catchy or melodic hooks also. And I think that that was very present in the Endless Nights album. So with that, I think we took a path in which the band explored a little bit more our hard rock influences, a little bit of,
which are.
I mean, Rat would be a good one.
What's your
Skid
favorite Rat
Row.
album? Do you have a favorite Rat album, York?
I think what's it called?
I wonder if it's the
Is it?
same as mine. That's why I'm asking you.
I think what was the album where Wanted, the one that opens with Wanted Man and has Round and Round
Oh,
and
Out of the Cellar.
Out of the Cellar. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna
my
say,
favorite. That's my favorite album as well.
yeah, it's a good one from start to finish.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think also Skid Row, the first one. I had that as well growing up. Would listen to it a lot. And so we went to that sound, explore that a little bit. I think Max's voice also would fit very, very well into that AOR a little bit
yeah.
style, because he has a very, very high pitch. But yeah, that's kind of like the path that we went from more speed metal and going for some hard rock influences with the debut album.
I remember when I met you at Wack at Headbangers Open Air Festival. I said to you guys, remind me of Leatherwolf.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember.
That's the sort of when I first approached you backstage. I was like, God, these guys sound like Leatherwolf and Fifth Angel as well. That was another band that kind of sprung to mind when I
Mm.
first discovered you guys. I mean, that first album was brilliant. I mean, why did Max leave the band? He had such a great voice. Was it a different direction he wanted to do? What's he doing now?
Um, well, the thing is that it was more of a personal thing going on in his life, where he was looking to settle down more. I think he moved in with his girlfriend, and I think he just wanted to live a more relaxed life, I would say. And so yeah, I mean, we're still friends and everything, but I think he moved on to another stage in his life.
Right. So, was the debut album Endless Nights a great success for you? Did you get a lot of promotion in Europe with Pride and Joy?
I mean, they did a good job, but the thing is that the album was released during pandemic.
Yeah, that
So
sucks. Yeah.
yeah, it was released in July 2020. So you can imagine.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that I think that didn't do us any favor.
Right then. So moving on to the new album behind me. Great new album, by the way. Congratulations. How did the deal come around with SPV? Was it when Ollie met you in on the Anvil tour? Is that how it all escalated?
Well, we had already exchanged some emails with him
Yeah.
before the Anvil tour, uh, because we had already recorded the songs and everything. And so we sent those to him, and he liked them enough to reply back, and told us that he thought that the songs were great, pretty much. And so we had a call with him to get to know each other a little bit, and and that's when we told him that we were doing the Amble tour, and he told us that it would be a good opportunity to see us live and get to meet each other in person. It was in at Hamburg.
Yeah, Logo
Uh,
Club. Yeah.
no, no, no. And then it was at Hanover. Hanover, yeah.
All right, Hanover.
The
Right.
the
I can't
the
remember the
Heinz.
show, but yeah, I remember the gig.
Yeah, yeah. The venue it's called Shea Heinz, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, yeah, that's where we met in person, and yeah, that's he didn't make the offer on the spot. He kept us a little bit nervous about it for a couple weeks, and
Right.
then yeah, he told us, okay, let's move on with we have this offer for you, and so yeah, that's how it went.
So you recorded the album yourselves, then shopped it to labels. SPV went, yeah. What about other labels? Who else approached you? You allowed to say, oh,
Sorry, I'm a little bit
okay.
sick. Um, well, there's this French label called Listenable Records.
Yeah, I know those guys.
Yeah, we were in talks with them for the first album for Endless Nights, actually, and so we also sent the songs to them, to Laurent, I think it's
Yeah, same, yeah.
the name. Yep, and so he told us that he liked the songs, but he had his plate full. So he told us that he couldn't like commit to releasing the album. He had already his schedule full. But yeah, I mean, I think to be honest, I'm very, very happy to be part of the SPV roster. Great bands there,
Yeah.
and also the team is very committed to making things the right way, and I think it was a great coincidence, and I'm glad that Ollie liked the songs enough to give us a try.
That's brilliant. I mean, you've gone from a four-piece to a five-piece, back to a four-piece. I mean, you've got Raiden on vocals and guitars now. Just explain what band was he before joining Jet Jaguar.
Well, he has his own thing going on. His band is called Wild Demise. It's more extreme, kind of like melodic death metal kind of thing. And that band has existed I think since the late 2000s. Raiden is a little bit older than us. But I mean, he has been there since day one. We used to rehearse at his home studio. He actually did the sound engineering for our very first live gig.
Okay,
We were actually opening for his band in our hometown. He's
right.
also from Cancun. And so, I mean, he has always been a friend, and he's been like there for throughout the years. And I think that he was like the very first option that came to mind when Max decided to part ways with us. And I mean, I think considering the new sound um that we're having in this new album, it was a perfect fit, I would say.
You've brought more of aggression to your style of music, haven't you? You've moved away from the melodic to a little bit more darker and heavier. side? Is that obviously because they've been in a death metal band?
Yeah, I mean, the songs were already written when Raiden joined the band, so it's not like we wrote the songs in order to fit his style of singing or anything like that. It's more like it was more like, okay, we have the songs, and oh, his voice fits perfectly. So it was a great coincidence, and I was talking to someone else about how a lot of bands struggle to find like the good band members,
Yeah, the
and I
chemistry. Yeah, the chemistry.
yeah, and in regards of to the chemistry, I mean, he being a longtime friend, um I think the chemistry is there, and but also on a musical level, he is like very um very prepared and complete musician. um I mean, he knows a lot of theory. He has his own home studio, and like all he does is play and play and play. So I mean, it's his passion and it shows. And I think we're fortunate that he won it in uh, Jet Jaguar.
What would the album have sounded like if Max had done the vocals? What do you think the album would have sounded like with Max handling instead of Raiden?
I mean, I think it would have been good, but it would also lose some aggression, I would say.
Okay.
As I was saying, Max has a register, a very high register, and I think that works perfectly for a more old school sound. And I think that the Jet Jaguar is not only with this one, but maybe in future records. I think we're going for a bit of a more aggressive and maybe modern sound. Um, I think that this album, in a way, feels like a transition to me, because you still have songs that would be on the first album, like the opener Eternal Light, or our latest single Mach 10. I think those would have been could have fit perfectly into Endless Nights. But also you have songs like Evil Within, which is the last song on the album, and also Anthropocene, which I think has been our most experimental song to date. And I think that those songs especially work very well with Raiden's style of voice.
Is that the instrumental, isn't it? The Anthropocene, what they call the song. Sorry, you can't pronounce it, but that's the instrumental on the album, I believe.
Oh, the instrumental, it's called Hollow Drive. And
Oh,
I think
Hollow
it's
Drive, yeah.
the third track. It's but what pretty much what I because I came up with the sequence of with the song sequencing.
Yeah.
So I tried to the songs on side A to be more reminiscent of the previous material
Yeah.
that people have heard of Jet Jaguar, and it slowly takes you to the other side of maybe show you a little bit of the direction that the band may take moving forward. So that's the way I envision that.
So the B side's pretty much like Darth Vader, the dark side.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like the guitarist, is it Ariyuki? Is that how you pronounce his
Yeah,
name? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
he just sounds like Gus G. He must be very much influenced by Firewind's Gus G. He's got a hell of a lot
Okay.
of resemblance. He's a great guitarist.
Yeah, he really is, and I think we owe a lot of the evolution in our sound. We owe it to him, because he obviously uh, he has very different ideas than the previous guitarists that we've had, and yeah, he has a more a more modern approach to songwriting and in his guitar tone. So yeah, yeah, he plays a big part in this.
I mean, talking about guitar players, Raiden, who else did you have as a replacement singer and guitarist before Raiden came into the band? Or was he just first choice?
Yeah, he was the first choice, and because of the friendship that already existed between us, and also because I mean, at least in Cancun, there's like there was no one would have compared to Raiden, to be honest.
Okay.
And we wanted someone to be living in the same town as us so we could rehearse and record and do everything together. So yeah, to be honest, we we told him, or Jimmy told him, like, I want you to record the voice for this track, and it was Evil Within. And so but he didn't tell him at the time, like, okay, I want you to audition. Like, the recording was his audition, but without Raiden knowing that. And so and so Jimmy then sent the recording to me and Ariyuki, and we were like, okay, for me it's a yeah. So it was pretty quick. I mean, all of this happened in maybe 2 or 3 weeks, Max leaving and Raiden joining. So I think that we got lucky, to be
Yeah.
honest, because that could have been a bad setback for
Yeah.
the
Are
band
you still in
finding.
Spain? In Spain then? Are you still living in Spain?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in
Right.
Barcelona.
I thought so.
Yeah.
So the album title, Severance, who came up with the title and what other titles do you have?
It was Jimmy,
Yeah.
and I mean, I know that there's a TV series called like that, and I told him, "You sure you want to call the album that?" But yeah, but the word also made sense to us, like considering the lineup changes and how we wanted like a fresh start, if you could say that. So yeah, that was the idea behind it, kind of like do this clean cut and just move on, and see what comes next.
Who did the artwork for this album? It's great artwork.
Yeah, thank you. It was a friend from Mexico as well. His name is Jair. And I can send you his Instagram tag or
Yeah,
whatever
please.
after.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll have a
Yeah.
look and see what
So
he's done.
yeah, sure. And Ariyuki, it was suggested to us by Ariyuki. I think they have worked together in the past or something. And we actually have two versions for the artwork. Um, I can show you the other one. So,
Is
but
it
we
different? Have you,
showed.
in Mexico, have you got different artwork for Mexico? Is it exactly the same?
Yeah, so Mexico, when it comes to the physical copies, the physical CDs, Mexico is gonna have a different artwork than the rest of the world,
And what
because
label's putting it
also,
out? What label's going to put this out?
um, we're gonna do that independently.
Okay.
Yeah, and because our deal with SPV, we asked them to make it worldwide, but with the exception of Mexico, because for us it made more sense to do the copies by ourselves and distributing them, because we do have a good fan base in Mexico, and it would have been very expensive for the fans to pay the shipping from Germany and all that. So I
Yeah.
think that this way it's more accessible to them. And we also said, okay, we have two artworks. Let's use the original artwork for the Mexican version, because the label wanted a little bit something a little bit more um, cyberpunk, flashier, and I like the theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the original artwork would also it's also very, very good. I can share it with you. So
If you can
so you
send me
can
it
have a look.
after this interview, I can put it side by side when I edit it so people can see the Mexican version and the European. That'd be great, George. Thanks. So
Yeah, yeah.
the songs on the album then, what's your favorites? Do you have any favorites?
I think Anthropocene.
Yeah.
It's the long one on the album, almost 8 minutes, I think. And there are two reasons. I think the first one is that it was very collaborative between Jimmy, Ariyuki, and myself. And for example, the acoustic part, I wrote all that section. Well, Jimmy also I wrote it based on something Jimmy did on the acoustic guitar, and then I developed the thing.
Okay.
And then Ariyuki wrote the B part of the song when all of the distortion comes in, and also there's even a riff by Raiden on that one. But it's a funny story because Jimmy had another band like 10 years ago or something like that. And
What were they called?
so it was called Alistair,
Okay.
something like that.
Right.
I was in there actually, but it was very brief. Like the Jimmy had like um Jimmy was in like I don't know 10 bands when we were teenagers, and he was just like maybe waiting for one of the bands to take off, and it was Jet Jaguar. um but yeah, the thing is that at that time, I mentioned that Raiden has always had his home studio, so they were recording together, and I think Raiden was also contributing some riffs, and so one of the riffs that you can hear on Anthropocene at the I think it's at the right after the interlude with synthesizers. That riff was written at that time like 10 years ago. So it was written by Raiden for another band that Jimmy had, but Jimmy had the copyrights to that riff, you could say. And so he said like let's use this riff. It fits good here. And so in a way, without Raiden knowing, he also contributed to the songwriting of Anthropocene. So I think it's the only song that has something from the four band members. And also, I think that it is our most experimental song to date, and I feel very proud about that one.
So what does it mean? The title.
Yeah, I came up with that. Pretty much is like, you know how on the geological scale we have like the Holocene and the Jurassic period and all of that.
Yeah.
So what it means is like we're living in the era of humans, right? So anthropo, it's like human, and scene, it's like the era. And the lyrics are about like um that we as a species are very egocentric, right? That
Right.
we think that we are the owners of the world, and it's sung from the planet's perspective, like telling us humans that we're nothing but another page in the book of the planet's existence and life. So it's a little bit existential, but yeah, I like the theme that I came up for the song.
So who's writing all the lyrics for the album? Is it a collaboration of everybody? Do you write the lyrics and Raiden writes the guitar parts? What's the situation with songwriting within the band?
Well, but about the lyrics, I wrote like half of the lyrics, and Jimmy wrote the other half. For example, I wrote Anthropocene and Disposable Minds. Um, and I think Jimmy wrote the other ones. For the first album, Endless Nights, I wrote all of the lyrics. But for this one, Jimmy also um did write a lot of the lyrics. So maybe he comes up with a verse, and I write the second verse. But yeah, it's more of a Jimmy and I thing to come up with the themes and all of that. And for the music, it's mostly Ariyuki, who wrote like most of the music for the album. I think Jimmy also had a couple of riffs, and in terms of for example the melodies, the voice melodies, I usually I'm responsible for that. So yeah, it was pretty much written by the three of us. And when Raiden joined, everything was already written, but we hope that for the next album, to also write with him because I know for certain that he has many ideas, great ideas.
So, do you have any new songs wrote for the next album, even though this album's coming out tomorrow?
Um, we have a bunch of riffs. We have a group chat where we just send ideas that someone like any of us come up with,
Yeah,
but fleshed out songs, not yet.
no,
But we're for example, we've always written in a way that the music come first, and then we think of a theme or a concept, and then we write the lyrics. And for the next album, I want to try it like the opposite way. Like I would like to create a concept and um or a story or yes a central theme, and then like write the songs to match the concept or the theme. So kind of I want to try to do it the other way around.
interesting. So, I'm looking at the picture that comes with the promotion. Why is Jimmy wearing the Benny hat? And then you could just he wore that on tour when I was on tour last year. You couldn't see his face. He's like, is he in Burajura, that band, that death metal band? What's the idea even wear covering his face when you guys look normal?
He was cold. That's the whole thing behind it. And I told him like we could use these photos for promotion, and he told me like, yeah, but I don't want to get sick, so they can they just take the photos and I'll keep this way. So yeah.
Was that photo taken on the Anvil tour? Was it took back in Mexico? Because it kind of looks cold looking at the picture.
Yeah, all of the promotional photos were taken during the tour.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
interesting. So, how many videos have you done so far for for this new album? Are you going to do any more? Because most bands usually do about 3 songs.
Yeah, we've released three videos so far. Um, Maybe we will do a couple more, but that would depend. Maybe some live session videos, just to have something different. Or I would also like maybe one of these type of videos where there's like tour footage and all of that. So, I mean, we don't have anything uh sure in that regard about another video clip.
Just before we go, then York, when's the tour going to start? Is any plans for a European tour?
Um, we're about to start collaborating with a booking agency,
Yeah,
to be exposed to bigger audiences. Because I mean, touring is not cheap,
no.
but if people like it enough, they will buy the merchandising, and um we can get money for eating, and and yeah, that's the idea, but we don't have anything um concrete yet.
Yeah, okay.
Uh and also a Mexican tour that's gonna happen as well.
That's great. So, York, I want to thank you for doing this interview. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, meet you guys. You got anything to say to the fans watching this on YouTube before we finish?
Well, I wanted to thank you again for the time. It's always a pleasure talking to you,
I'll always
Burgers.
support you, brother. I will support your band.
Thank you. And for all of the fans out there watching your channel, to also thank them and to invite them to go listen to our new Jet Jaguar album. Yeah, sure, I'll do
So
that.
get yourself a drink, celebrate your new album. I know you're not in Mexico tonight, it's unfortunately, but Say hello to the boys, and I'll speak to you soon, my brother. Take care,
Yeah,
man.
see you
Take care
soon.
yourself. Thanks, brother.
Bye.
Bye. Greetings. Thanks for watching the interview with Jet Jaguar. I hope you enjoyed it. First of all, I want to thank Jorg for doing this interview. I also want to thank the band and wish them all the best with the new album release, Severance, which comes out on the 24th of October, 2025, released on Steamhammer. I also want to thank Mr. T for setting up this interview. So, folks, please check out this great band from Mexico. Check out their new album and previous album. Thanks for watching. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. And please subscribe. Thanks a lot.